Viewers, today we have a video on steps to improve English with daily practice. Now here are certain steps which I shall talk to you about, and these can be used for your daily practice. And once you are using these steps, you will find that your English is improving daily. You don't need to wait for a period of time. With each day's practice, your English becomes better. I welcome all of you to Sumita Roy's English classroom. I'm Professor Sumita Roy, and I would recommend that all of you watch the videos completely. There are now almost 200 videos, and they deal with different aspects of English language and some also of literature. Once you watch the videos, practice as I tell you to practice, because just by watching the videos you get nothing. Of course, I'm very happy that there are many comments saying that you are improving regularly, you are improving gradually, but you're improving in such a way that it is helping you in your speaking, and it is helping you in your career choices, your job interviews, and everything else, your social communication, all this. So please continue, share with others, like and subscribe, and comment, because most of the videos are based on what you want to learn, and also if you have questions, they are regularly answered. Almost no comment goes without an answer, but it takes a little time. So now let us talk about these steps. I would like to mention to you 10 important steps. These 10 steps will help you in your daily practice. But remember, I'm saying daily, I'm saying every day. So if you practice once a week, you say Sundays I'm free so I'll practice. That doesn't help, because from one Sunday to the other Sunday, you tend to lose whatever you have gained. So don't do that. Try to practice daily, even if it is for 1 minute per, practice. So if you have 10 steps, that's 10 minutes only. When you wake up, the first thought which comes to your mind when you wake up, suppose you do some little prayer, or you think about your daily routine, you plan, what is it I have to do today? You make a list of things, all in your mind. Please do those in English. That is the first step which I would recommend. That as soon as you wake up, spend a minute or spend at least 45 seconds thinking in English about whatever thoughts come to your mind. Whatever you have to do that day, you have important work that day. But those thoughts, instead of coming in a language which you already know, let them come to you in English. You try to frame these thoughts in your mind in English. Now, this helps you to keep the tempo of the whole day. The second is, can you, speak to yourself again, when you're brushing your teeth, or when you're bathing, or when you're, arranging for breakfast, all these times, can you spend at least a minute or two speaking aloud? Of course, people might laugh at you, saying, why are you speaking to yourself? But don't worry, I have told you many times that if people laugh at us, if people make fun of us, we learn much better. Rather than people saying, oh, you're so good, then we don't learn. We relax, we say, already I'm very good, I need not learn. But if somebody makes fun of you, then of course there is no difficulty. You want to reach that level where they don't make fun of you. So step number 1 is you engage your thoughts in English. Step number 2 is you articulate, you speak out those thoughts. These are 2 morning activities. You need to do this regularly. You need to do it till you start thinking in English for the rest of the day. I'm telling you only 1 minute. But then if you start with 1 minute, all your thoughts will come in English if you keep practicing. As I keep telling you, we never forget our own language, however much English we learn. So don't be scared. Many policy makers are very scared. They say, oh my God, if we, learn English, or if we teach our children English, they will forget the local languages. That's not true. A person has the capacity of learning many languages. So don't be scared. Now the third one, is that suppose you meet somebody when you're waiting at the bus stop, or you are traveling by your college bus or your company bus, and there are many people there. Try to start a small conversation. If you meet a stranger in the bus stop, you can say, have you been waiting long for the bus? Or you can also say that I'm waiting for number 10A. Are you also waiting for the same bus? In this way, you carry out the conversation in such a way that, it becomes very easy for you to, speak English. Again, for a minute or two, the bus comes and you get into the bus. Or you have other work when you're traveling by bus. But this small attempt at a conversation, I've given you a video how to start a conversation. So use that video, the ideas of that video, and have this conversation. That is point number 3. Now, when you, suppose you have your children whom you're dropping to school, or you have a friend with whom you are traveling along, then what you do is at least 4 or 5 sentences you exchange with these people. Step number 4. Step number 3, you can talk to anybody. Step number 4, you can say, today the weather is good. It's quite pleasant. I will come in the evening and you wait in the school, I will come and pick you up. Eat your lunch at the lunch break. Don't quarrel with any friends. Do your homework, do your classwork well. I will speak to your teacher when I come in the evening. In this way, if you use 4 or 5 sentences, that would be very helpful for your learning English. Many parents are there, many mothers especially, who say that their children are in the English medium and they are not able to speak to them or teach them because everything is in English. So start from day 1. And if you start this daily, you will find that after making hundreds of mistakes, you are coming to a better position. Now we move to the next one. And that is, in your regular activities, try to use English. Suppose you take a very tasty lunch to office. Or if you work in a school or college, then you take it there. You are teaching. Somebody says, oh, it's so tasty. Now, can you describe how this is made? What is the recipe for this very tasty lunch which you brought today? This is called description. Or you say, today I saw a strange incident on the road. Then you describe that incident which you saw. So, point number 5 is daily try to find one incident which you can describe. If you can't describe an incident, at least describe something. How does a pressure cooker work? Can you describe? You describe the cooker, you describe how things are put in it, you describe how the pressure comes out. That is in English. Or you describe a place. There is a beautiful garden next to my apartment. Then you describe the garden. What kind of fruits are there? What kind of flowers are there? That is the 5th exercise which you need to do. Now, when you have free time, when you have some time where you want to relax, try to use that for watching something in English. An English movie. There are many English movies which are animated movies, and they have good English. You don't have to worry about watching the story or, getting distracted by the story. The language itself is very useful. And you can watch it with youngsters at home. They will also learn English. You will also improve your English. Spend a little time, relaxing time like that. Or you do old English songs. That is how we used to learn when we were young. In the smallest of classes, right from the nursery class, we were taught many beautiful songs. Our singing teacher would play the piano and the entire class would sing along. We had a song, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-R-E-R-O. And in his farm, he had some ducks. And then the children are taught what sounds they make. So you say a quack quack here and a quack quack there. Quack is the sound of the duck. I have given you an entire video on animal sounds. I will give another video on bird sounds also. Then you can see how interesting these are. Small, Then you say you have another song. I'm a little teapot. So the child does like this and the child does like this. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle and here is my spout. So you learn a new word, spout, there out of which the water comes out. So from the teapot you put water and then you pour it out. That is the song. So such things teach you English. So if you listen to songs, if you watch movies, you can watch a real, movie also on any of the OTT platforms. But that is a 3-hour movie or 1.5 hours movie, and you keep, seeing the whole thing without concentrating on the language. You are gripped by the story. That doesn't really help. Now we move to the next one. Many television programs are also there. Serials are there. There's a wonderful British serial, Yes Minister. And it has a sequel. Sequel means another part. Yes Prime Minister. Very humorous, wonderful English. But that is at a very advanced level. When you reach that advanced level, you can watch those. They are, very, very wonderful. There are some programs on learning English. Mind your language. That is also very interesting. People from different countries are trying to learn English. All these you can watch because that will be very beneficial. So a little time every day when you're relaxing, when you're not busy, you can do that. Now we have wonderful social media. I'm sure all of you have WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and so on and so forth. Every day, can you put some interesting message there? Or every day you record a little bit of your own English and send it to friends whose English is better than you, or friends whose English is not good, not as good as you? That will be very useful, because then what you find is that you are practicing and you are getting feedback from others. You say, this is what I did today. Can you tell me whether you like it or not? So you are bringing your English into the social sphere. Next point. If you have friends or if you have people in your neighborhood who know English or who are like you trying to learn English, can you go and introduce yourself? Can you make friends with them and say, every evening we shall meet for 5 minutes and we shall talk to each other. So if you have 5 friends, it takes 5 days. Every day one person speaks and the other persons give a feedback. Then after 5 days, again the cycle starts. So this is improving your social skills, your relationship skills, and also improving your English. In the group of 5, some will be good, some will not be good, some won't speak at all, but the turn comes whenever they have. When you have all these activities on a daily basis, then you get benefited. If you do it rarely or if you do it once in a way, then the benefit doesn't come. While starting, do it every day. We have covered 7 points. Now we have 3 more points left. Suppose you are in the office and you are taking a break. You want to stretch your neck is aching. You want to just do this to your arms. You want to stand up a little and, give your muscles some rest. You've been sitting continuously for so many hours. Then can you describe all what you're doing? I was working for 3 hours. Suddenly I felt that my legs needed a little exercise. So I got up from the chair and I walked to the next room where there is a tea service. I went there, I filled my cup of tea, then I walked around the corridor while I was drinking my tea. Once I finished drinking my tea, I put the cup in the waste bin and I walked back to my chair. Then I closed my eyes for a minute or two to give my eyes a rest. Now see, you have described all the actions which you are doing exactly at that time. If you are not working, if you are staying at home, then you describe what you are doing at home. Now I got up. I had my bath. I washed, my clothes or vessels or whatever in various machines. I watered the plants in my balcony. I went and bought some vegetables from the market. I cut those and I started cooking. Any of these things which describes what you are doing. What you're doing for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, not what you're doing the whole day. This will be very useful for you in order to repeat that first exercise which I gave you. Early in the morning you get up and then start thinking in English. Here also you're doing the same. You are framing the sentences in your mind and then you are speaking them. You need not speak them aloud. You can speak them out in your own mind. Or you can note them down and when you have free time, you can speak about it. Then you have number 8. Number 8 is that you need to build up a foundation. Whenever you find time, even if it is 1 minute or half a minute, try to look at 1 sentence or 2 sentences. Suppose you're traveling on the road, you're not driving, somebody is driving and you're sitting along. You find so many advertisements in English. Note down that every day you go by, you don't read. One day you read. Then you analyze that. You see what is that advertisement, what parts of speech it is using, because I've taught you so much grammar in various videos. Then what you need to do is you need to analyze. This is how this grammar item is used. If there are some vocabulary items also, you can do that. Learn vocabulary from that. Now we come to the 9th point. The 9th point is to find something to do every day which you don't do regularly. If you want to do something new every day, what you don't do regularly, then what you will have is something new to speak about. That is point number 9, You have to think very creatively because they say that since we have AI these days, the only human skill which AI will never replicate is creativity. So be very creative. You need not do it actually. You can just imagine as though you are doing it. Suppose you wanted to go and visit a place. You say, I wanted to visit Spain or I wanted to visit England. Then you imagine that, I'm booking a ticket, I'm asking the travel agent. Something new. You've not done this before. Tomorrow you say that today I'm going to, go on an adventure. So you think, what kind of adventure you would like? 5-10 sentences, not more than that. And the 10th, of course, is the most important point, and that is self-discipline. To learn anything, we require practice. Unless we practice, and especially unless we do it daily, it's like physical exercise. If you don't do for a month, your whole body starts becoming useless. You need to use it. You need to tone up the muscles and keep the strength up. Therefore, we do yoga, we do exercises, we do gym, all those things. Walking, many people prefer. Jogging, many people prefer. So that is self-discipline. So point number 10 is self-discipline. Will you be able to do all this? Only if you keep a strict control over yourself. I'm not giving you a long exercise. 10 exercises, of which 10th, of course, is, what you have to do throughout the day, disciplining yourself. The remaining 9 will take 1 minute each. Out of 24 hours of 60 minutes, you can easily spare 10 minutes. That should not be difficult. Therefore, try these out. See how this daily practice improves your English daily. You don't have to wait for a long time for improvement. Some of you are still writing comments in your own language saying, I don't know English. I have given you many ideas as to how you should listen. Watch all the beginners' videos again and again and again and repeat everything which I say. That is the beginning of your learning. But these are all exercises for people who have crossed that beginner's stage and they have come to a stage where they want to improve more. Thank you and all the best.